All right, hey everybody, welcome back. It's Trial Tuesdays, and once again, attorney David Aylor is here with some pressing legal news that could put you on a track to a great new year and keep you out of some trouble in 2012. Dave, happy New Year to you. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
Glad to be here.
We want to talk taxes. It's the first of the new year, April 15th, obviously the deadline. But we want to go back in time. Say you made a mistake on some paperwork or got some bad advice in the past.
Well, the biggest thing is the bad advice usually comes from people that shouldn't be really giving the advice. A lot of times people get tax advice from those that really are, individuals that aren't educated in the tax area, a friend or another business person, that sort of thing. The tax advice should come from an accountant or a tax attorney. So many times when you talk with people, when I talk with an accountant, they'll say, they got some bad advice, and that advice came from the internet. You get a lot of legal advice, tax-related, particularly from the internet. And there's nothing wrong with doing your taxes yourself, obviously, but when you have a question or there's some concerns, it doesn't cost a lot of money, and sometimes even free consultations to, go speak with that accountant yourself or speak with a tax attorney to make sure you're doing the right thing.
Because there's so many deductions and everything that you need to get through. It is sometimes a pretty complicated process. Now, what should someone do if they do realize that, hey, I made a mistake on this form, or I didn't pay at all because I got some bad advice and now I don't know what to do?
Right. A lot of times what will happen is if someone has not paid at all and not reported taxes, they'll just continue that, thinking at the point that they do, they're then turning themselves in. And that's really not the case to the degree that they're going to end up in trouble. Will they have some fines that they incur? Yeah, absolutely. But they're not going to ultimately just go to prison. You could ultimately, have tax evasion issues and problems like that. But the sooner you get to it, the quicker that you'll be able to help yourself.
Because that's the thing. You don't want the IRS dropping you that letter or calling you on your phone and say, you owe us money, and now we're going to go after you with an audit.
Absolutely. First thing you need to do is turn yourself in, per se, and that'd be go to a tax attorney, go to an accountant, have that accountant work with you to help turn back into the IRS what you need to get caught up to.
And I'm sure there are payment plans. I mean, these guys deal with this every day, especially in this economy.
Of course, and there may be some small fines and percentages and things like that you have to work with, but it's a lot better than them coming to you and with the other results.
And taking you to court.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Some other problems, some advice for New Year. What's some of the biggest thing that you guys are dealing with in the office right now heading into a new year?
Well, a lot of times you're going to see a lot of people, they're going to have issues related to various financial things. Y'all were talking about some credit card things and stuff like that. People just ignoring payments on that, then getting into troubles with various kind of financial problems of not paying levies and fines and things like that. The best thing you can do is try to handle those on the forefront. Come into somebody later, child support issues, things like that. Try to consult with someone as quickly as you can, because even attorneys, whether financial counselors, things like that, if the damage has already been done, it's really tough to go backwards on it.
Well, that's the thing. If somebody wants to be proactive and realizes that, they might be in a little bit of trouble and want to seek an attorney, what exactly would you tell them?
If it's something to do with child support, a lot of times if somebody's lost a job or that sort of thing, or, they're having trouble paying because of some undue bills, you can't just stop paying. You can go to court, for instance, and you can get that child support changed if you have real reason for that. The judge could actually change it, but you can't do it on your own. What happens a lot of times, people just stop paying, then they owe that back money, and it can't go retroactively that way themselves.
So really the lesson here is be proactive, own up to it, and then seek help, because it's ultimately going to be working out for you in the long run.
Absolutely. You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, and if people do want your help, what can they do?
Easiest way, they can get in touch with me over the internet. It's davidaylor.com, or my office is 577-5530, and I'm always around.
Attorney David Aylor, thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the new year.
You too.
And Low Country Live is coming right back. We're going to the dogs. Details on the